guys, and welcome back to Opal&Mint. I am Ashley, and today's Saturday video is a little different because normally Kylie is here, but she was not able to come this week. Crazy week. So I'm going to be doing another swatching video in my swatching series. So I am swatching through all of my watercolor collection, and I'm putting them all in my Light Wish. I don't know why I have a hard time saying that. Light Wish swatch book. Now, I did hint at that I had a new fun paint set to swatch, and I do. However, I don't have the time to swatch it because there are 50 paints in it. So I'm going to swatch my beam paints for today, and I'm hoping next week I can get to this beautiful Schmincke set that my husband so sweetly bought for me. This is Schmincke's entire collection of super granulating paints. There are 50 in here. I can't not give you a little preview of what this thing looks like. So I just want to show you really quick because look how pretty. Look how pretty. Are you ready? Open, open. Come here, little foam. Well, eventually. Yep, here we go. Look at that. Look at how beautiful. So I need to open these all up and swatch them. But that is going to be for another day. I am hoping next week I will be able to get to this. But I wanted to give you a little preview of what is to come. But for today, because of time, we're going to be swatching the beam paints. Let's go ahead and open up our swatch book. So as a recap, here are some of the ones that I've swatched so far. Again, this is a 100% cotton watercolor sketchbook, swatch book, whatever, that you can get on Amazon. I will link it below if you're interested in picking this up as well. I highly recommend swatching out all of your paints and having them in one thing. It's really, really helpful. So we are here. I did start swatching my Holbein paints on this next page. I want to put all of my Holbeins together, so I'm going to count out how many I need to leave before I get to the Schminckes. But I'm going to do the whole, maybe I should have done the Holbeins today, the other collections, but the Chroma Pearls, Chroma Shines, and the fluorescent ones, and then I'll get into my normal collection. But yeah, so back to this page, I need a marker. So I am trying to write down pigment information and stuff as I go. For the ones that have it. The last ones we did were the Martinis, and these are ridiculously beautiful granulating paints. Someone actually told me they have a second set of these. I haven't been able to find it yet, but if I do, I might look into getting that. We'll see. But let's put the beam paints here. For the beam paints, I don't know that I have. Do they have pigment information? Hey, they do have pigment information on them. Look at that. Okay, never mind then. So we'll just go through these. We're going to start with this one. This is PG17 Light Fast Professional. And the color, I'm not really sure. Boreal, there it is. B-O-R. So if you've never heard of beam paints, these are handmade paints. You can pick these up at a few different places. I can't remember. Oh, yep. I've bought all of my beam paints actually from a local art store in Dallas. So let's see what this one looks like. I'm going to go ahead and wet a couple of these other ones. All right. So Boreal. All right. Let's see what this one looks like. I honestly haven't used these a ton. I do enjoy beam paints, and I know that they have a pretty decent following. There's people that really, really love these. They aren't my favorite, and I'm only saying this because they don't re-wet quite as easily as some other paints. And it could be the colors that I have. I don't have a huge selection of them, so that might be part of it. But they are very beautiful paints. There is absolutely nothing wrong with them. The texture of them, again, the ones that I have, kind of remind me a little bit of ocean paper. Ocean paper paints have a little bit of a a grittiness to them. And I'm not necessarily saying that's a bad thing. I love my ocean paper paints, but some of these have a little bit of that gritty feel. Not all of them, but some of the colors. All right, the next one is Topaz Lake. We have PB 50 and Mica. Interesting. Light, fast, professional. So again, take the light, fast ratings with a grain of salt, especially with handmade brands. Most of them don't put light, fast ratings on there, but I don't know if they've done their own light, fast testing or if they're just going based off what the pigments say that they use. All right, so here is Topaz Lake. Another thing about Beam paints is they use like no plastic in their packaging. They're very eco-friendly minded. I think it's like a canvas covered in wax that their paints are in. So they're definitely unique. They're interesting to use because they're not in a pan, and I think that might be why I don't reach for them as much. But I did get this from the art store to put them in, and those are a little bit easier to use than these individual ones. So they're a little bit easier to use if you find a way of containing them. All right, so the next one is called Turtle Belly. This is PR 122 and PY 74. It says light, fast, professional on this as well. This one reactivates really easily and feels a little bit smoother than the last two. I'm very curious if y'all have any Beam paints. Are there certain colors that you really, really enjoy? I think this color is stunning. I actually really like the green as well. Okay, so those are my three that are loose. Now we're gonna go to this collection. I think this is the first one I bought, and I think this is technically a gouache, but we're gonna still use it in here. Let's see, this is called Rose. We have PR 122, PW 6, and Light Fast Professional, Handmade Watercolors. I feel like this is the one that was a gouache technically. I may have bought some on their website. I don't remember. I do remember this one taking a little bit of time to reactivate. It takes a little bit of kind of working it, letting it set for it to actually reactivate. Because if I'm remembering correctly, this one actually is pretty opaque once you get the paint out. The beautiful pale pink with just the slightest touch of lavender in it. It's really, really pretty. Okay, there was Rose. This next one is also beautiful. This is Sky Blue. And we have a PW6 and PB15. Light Fast, Professional. All right, so the Sky Blue one I think was one of my favorites of the set. So let's see. Oh, it's just so pretty. Just a beautiful light blue. That one's got a little bit of opacity to it as well. Okay. Okay, this next one is the one that kind of disappointed me. And I had mentioned it when I got it. People were saying it's supposed to be that light. So it's just, it was like a limited edition color thing, and it's just a very, very pale color. And it's called Zeolite. I think it's a genuine stone, kind of like Daniel Smith uses genuine stones. Yeah, because there's no pigment number. It's just Zeolite. And I think it's meant to be a very light pastel color, but I just have the hardest time reactivating it and getting color to come. Like, do you see how pale it is? And for that reason, it's just not a very functional paint for me. Like, I don't know. If it was the color like this deep, I don't know if I could ever get it quite that deep, but it's just very, very pale, and it's very resistant to re-wetting, so not my favorite of the Beam paints. See, I can get a little bit more color, but again, I do know that's just the property of this one, evidently. If I had known that, I wouldn't have bought it. I just got it in the store. I was like, ooh, it's pretty. Because I liked the way the color looked in the pan. Okay, we've got 3 more, and these are my primaries that I bought. I really like the Boreal. These 3 right here were my latest 3. Okay, this one is called Strawberry something. Hold on. Red. That makes sense. Strawberry Red. And we have PR 170. Light Fast Professional. This one is very intense. Does not need a ton to re-wet. This one actually, like, look at that. This one is a beautiful, beautiful red. So very good primary. It's got slight magenta-ness to it, so it can be used for mixing purples pretty well. Because when you dilute it down, it looks pretty pink. It's just, it's a good primary color to have. Very, very rich color. Okay, now for our blue primary. I think this one was ultramarine. Let's see, this one's called Great Ocean. Not sure why they'd call that. It's PB29, which is ultramarine. I would just call this ultramarine. But anyways, it's Light Fast Professional again. Let's see if this one granulates. This is their version of ultramarine, basically. Look at that. Look at the richness. Look at that. I love ultramarine. And when I very first started painting and I very first started my channel, I was not a fan of ultramarine. But now that I've been painting longer and I've had more experience, it's one of my favorite blues to have. Let's clean this yellow off because it's got a little bit of blue on it. I use these to mix greens because I don't really have, well, I do now, that one. But before I only had zeolite, so I had to mix all my greens. Okay, this one's called Fall. That's all. I guess that's the name. Oops, shoot, wrong spot. Is it literally just Fall? Oh, Fall Poplar Yellow? Poplar Yellow. All right, and we have PY74, Professional. All right, let's check out the yellow on this one. Oh, very pretty. That's a really good, bright sunshine yellow where it's not too cool or warm. I would consider this a little bit more on the warm side than cool, but it's not too warm. It's a very sunny yellow. Yeah, these 3 right here, really all you would need. Convenience colors are nice, but man, you can mix a lot with those 3 right there. So those are my Beam paints. I would really love to know if you have a favorite from Beam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9's a good amount of paints to start with from a brand, and I really just haven't been reaching for them, but I think I'm gonna try and paint with them some. Actually, I'm gonna paint really quickly. I want to do some poppies with the red and the yellow and then the green. Yeah, I'm gonna do just some really, really quick poppies. We're gonna let those dry. And I'm gonna move on to my Artex sketchbook, which I already did a red kind of flower in, but that's okay. All right, here we go. Just some really quick, not going to fuss too much with this. I grabbed the wrong red. I grabbed the magenta one. We'll kind of go back and forth between the 2. Oh, I'm not even on camera. Oh my gosh. Horrible YouTuber. Okay, let's do... Very, very pretty and vibrant. Let's zoom out just a little bit so I don't have to be so close. I like these three colors together. They look nice. Okay, I'll do a little bud here. Maybe one coming over here. And let's get some green. When the camera is so low that the handle of the brush hits it, really difficult. Yeah, there's something I can't quite put my finger on about the texture of these paints that just isn't quite as smooth or enjoyable. I can't figure out what it is, and it's not every color. It's certain colors. The red and the yellow, pretty smooth. This green, it's just a little more gritty. I don't know. I'm not sure how to describe what's going on here, but I don't really have a black and I have no mixing surface, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it here and put just a little bit of a center in there. Okay, so those are the beam paints. Yeah, let me know if you've tried this brand and your thoughts on them. I'm very curious. I know there's people that are like die-hard beam paint fans, so just curious. But yeah, I am going to try to get to the Schmincke paints next week. That is my goal. But that is going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for continuing to come back and watch. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, would really appreciate it. It helps us out. Also, like the video, hype the video, all the things that YouTube wants. It will really help push our content out further and help us to be able to purchase stuff for videos and continue having fun in painting here. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already and you want to see, I know I just said this, but I have to end up my exit the same every time. Hit the subscribe button down below and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Excuse me, sorry. Say click. Take a pic.